Hello Sunday. I've done this little thing. It's to help show how simple the economy is. It took me hours because I had 9 of these running at one time, but it's all just too complicated. So I've simplified it down to these 3. And I've simplified obviously each one of these 3 because there's so much actually to put in that it does get very complicated. Now what I've done for these, where we've got government triangle, banks square, people round, and the economy's an octagon by the look of it. The funding for the government I've made kind of half bank loans and half MMT, sort of it funds itself. I had more detail in there earlier, but I've decided to take it out because that's not really the drive of this video. We can come back and do that again one other day. But basically, in and out of the triangles, you can have it whatever you want it. It won't really affect what I'm trying to say here. So if you'll follow along with me, we'll start up on the top one, and banks buy GBs. GBs in this occasion is just government bonds, because this is the same for any country, any economy, wherever. Banks buy government bonds. So that gives the government the right, the ability to deficit spend. For the top 2 of these diagrams, the government is deficit spending. So the arrow sticks out at the top of the triangle, that's the deficit spending, and it goes down into the people. The government's deficit spending goes down into the people. Where else is it going to go? So that's where it goes, down into the people. Now this is a boom time period. This is kind of pre-2007. The banks lend to the people. The square points at the round as well. So 2 things pointing at the round, and that's the government and the banks. The people are borrowing and being given to by the government and borrowing from the banks, which leads to the economy is the people. I know, but I discovered for this presentation it was to be better if it was in a different shape. So the economy booms because the people spend all those incomings into the economy. They borrow from the bank and spend into the economy. They receive from the government and spend into the economy. The economy booms. Yeah, okay, so that's dealt with the top one, and that's kind of the boom period pre-2007. The middle one is kind of what we have in the United States and the United Kingdom at the moment. We'll come on to a slight different later. So sticking out of the government are deficits. The United States and the United Kingdom are still running about 8% deficits, something like that, 8%, 7, 8, 9, depending, about that. Big deficits, basically. So the government is still spending into the people, pointing into the people, but the people are starting now to save money. They're not taking it from banks, they're actually saving money. So people save to the banks. That the money, the money, is now pointing from the people and into the banks, and the banks are just getting stocked up with money, their reserves, and you could say then that the people's money is used then to buy the government bonds, which circulates back into the people, and the economy is flat because there's no great arrows pointing that way. There's no extra money coming from the government, a little bit of extra money, but the people are saving. In the United States, they're saving more than in the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom are a bit slow on the uptake of knowing that this is now the time to be saving, but they're starting to get it. And prediction, they will get it more and more. Strangely, as austerity kicks in, because what happens is, although your disposable income goes down because the government takes more money from you and gives you less money, you'd think, well, that would be the time to spend, but people actually think that this is now the time to save. When things are hard, that's the time to save, when really they should have been saving. If they should have been saving at any time, they should have been saving in the top diagram in the good times. But strangely enough, in austerity, that's when the people start saving. Okay, so in the middle one, the economy is flat. Let's go down to an austerity one, something like a Portugal or Ireland or something. People pay the austerity government. There's a line right at the bottom there coming from the circle, the round going into the triangle. The Greek government trying to take more taxes from the people now. So it just points in towards the government. The people are saving, though this is the time they spend what they can, but they see sad times ahead and want some sort of a buffer for those bad times even further ahead. So they're saving into the bank, and the economy is depressed basically. So I think those three diagrams simplify the whole boom to austerity kick, with the UK and the US in the middle with their blah economies bumping along the bottom. So I'll leave that there. If you want to try and print that off and draw on it and either make it more complicated or simpler, please help yourself. Or if you want to do your own, please help yourself. It took me hours to do that one. But I think it really is a reasonable, simplified description of what's going on in the world economies at the moment. Right. Next, we're going to move on to two papers. One by Richard Koo, Nomura, who's just put out a short one, 3-4 pages, of his own beliefs and what is obviously his own frustrations. He's been around the world talking to the world's governments and trying to tell them about the experience of Japan and what to do in a balance sheet recession. And the link, I'll put two links. The top link, the Nomura link, Richard Koo, is his personal frustrations with the fact that they just don't listen. They've got their own problems and they just don't listen. As Warren Mosler, if you listen to the rest of the Warren Mosler and Stephanie Kelton thing, you'll find that both of those two as well have been to Washington, especially Warren has been to Washington and spoke to these Congress critters and explain it all to them. They seem to understand it, but in the end just sit there when they're being honest and say, look, we can't do anything about it. We understand, but we can't go with this because it just won't fly. It's not what we can say. And this is what Richard Koo's got with going around and explaining balance sheet recessions to various politicians. They can understand it, but don't think that they can say it and use it in any way, because their political imperatives are stronger. Right, and the other link, if you haven't read it yet because it's been up in the menu bar, it's the longer one. It's the 27 pages, Ray Dalio's How the Economy Works, but really I'm only going to be bringing out to start with the stuff from the first page. So I'll put a link to that as well. As Ray Dalio says about everything, it's very mechanical the way the economy works. And so I'll be drawing out what that mechanical process is from the Ray Dalio writings. That's it for Sunday. Leave it there. Thanks. Bye.